Good afternoon on what is a cool, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 14th of October. I'm in the reading Nook with a nice cup of tea and a parcel to unbox. Okay, I've got, there's two things in there. And the first of which is Legacy of the Crystal Shard. Now, this is an adventure for characters of 1st to 3rd level, and Forgotten Realms, the Sundering, and it's compatible with more than one rule set. It is from Wizards of the Coast. This is the print-on-demand version available from drivethrurpg.com, and this is interesting. What's interesting about this is it's one of those supplements which sat between the current and previous editions of Dungeons and Dragons. So this is compatible with 3rd edition, version 3.5, 4th edition, and D&D Next. Now, D&D Next was kind of like the test bed for what 5th edition was to come, and it really kind of stripped Dungeons and Dragons back from the complexities of 4th edition, and picked and choose sort of like the elements from both the 4th edition and then the various editions prior to it, so 3rd edition, 2nd edition, 1st edition, and we'll go back all the way back to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Even down to the point where, when it came to the playtest documents, what you got was not initially these documents, but a version of those rules that you could play using a classic scenario, B2, Keep on the Borderlands. So, evil stirs in Icewind Dale. The people of Icewind Dale have long stood against the perils of the north. For most of these folks, the events have shook the region 100 years ago and now distant memories. But what was defeated was not destroyed. But, and now, as evil forces converge on 10 towns, the people of the north face their greatest trial yet. Fortunately, they won't have to face it alone. Legacy of the Crystal Shard is a Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game adventure that can be played using the rules for 3rd edition, version 3.5, 4th edition, and the D&D Next playtest. Monster and NPC statistics are needed to run the adventure for these editions. Can be downloaded for free from the website. Play this adventure every Wednesday at D&D Encounters and help shape the future of the Forgotten Realms setting. So this is not just a case of a playtest document, but it's a case of it's a public playtest document that was played as part of the Dungeons and Dragons Encounters program, which ran throughout the Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition era. So every you get every 6 weeks or so you get you get like a block of adventures that the players would play out over several sessions. Some of which, all of which really sort of like went out to shops, didn't go out to customers, and they became quite collectible in their own way. You can actually pay for quite a lot to track them down. The only one I've got is the version that they did for B2 Keep on the Borderlands, their variation of it under essentially what would have been, I suppose, Dungeons and Dragons Essentials. But anyway, so open up. And the first thing is that I noticed about this doesn't look like a 4th edition Call of Cthulhu, 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons book. At quite a lengthy table of contents. What it does look like, especially once I get to that, it looks like a book for 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I did an unboxing of of all the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons core books that you can get off the drive-through. I say drive-through RPG. Of course, it's off the GM's Guild, but you can get off those, and this does look like them. In internal appearance. So we really get into. We start off with the playtest document. So this is kind of, I think, almost complete role-playing game in itself, at least from the outset, because here you've got how to create a character, how to create your character. So looking at the ability scores, various different methods. Okay, so talking about abilities for quite some time before we actually sort of get on to the playable PC races. And these are what you would expect. And this includes things like race and class limitations, very second edition, very advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So I wonder whether this actually gets onto. I don't know. This is really weird. Okay, so what I've actually got here is not this isn't even an actual campaign. This is a misprint. It's got to be a misprint because there's no adventure in here. This is an adventure for, but this is weird. This is thoroughly, utterly weird because we're still talking about how to put a character together. So it's not a playtest document whatsoever. And as I'm going through this, and I'm looking through the various pages, explaining the classes, this looks like the second edition, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons second edition Player's Handbook. We're talking about alignment and the style and look of the book. And then, okay, this is kind of what nails it on the head. Proficiencies. Proficiencies were something introduced were definitely brought in with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons second edition, and with all of their renowned encumbrance in terms of the mechanics, because they were, they really did slow things down. But so tables of modifiers. It's almost this is such an odd thing to be showing you. We've got a turning on dead table, and there's nothing really to see in it, because if you've seen the the second edition Player's Handbook, this has got everything you want in here. You've got, so that's treasure and magical table items. Then you go on to encounters. So you've got a big table of encounters, and section on NPCs. I mean, nothing really interesting to look at in here. And I'm certainly curious. So you've got tables of titles to give to your NPCs, because obviously you live in a feudal world. I've got advice for the game master, time and movement, treasure tables, appendix. Now you've got item descriptions. We've got like a list of rings. So yeah, a little bit of an oddity here. This index cross-references both the Dungeon Master Guide and the Player's Handbook. Red entries are in the DMG. So it's honestly weird to look at this and go, It's not adventure. There's no adventure in here. It's all rules. So I'm literally going to have to go back to the drivethrurpg.com and go, I think there's something wrong with this print. So yeah, I will be interested to actually get hold of a copy of this and review it at some point. But this is not it. This is not the Legacy of the Crystal Shard adventure, and it's a very odd misprint. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this video, this unboxing, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you posting those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a parcel containing a book or game which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button down below. In the meantime, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.